Welcome to Mount Vernon, New York, and inside of the stadium at Memorial Field. I'm Gabriel Schrei. It's USL One action on this Memorial Day weekend. Westchester SC playing host to Richmond Kickers in what promises to be an excellent matchup. Let's dive into this with a look at these two. Last time out, they met each other. 8 combined goals between the Kickers and Westchester Soccer Club. They were unbelievable. Espinal got it all started. Look at that beautiful finish right around the edge. Westchester responded immediately. These highlights are going to go on forever. These two clubs are two of the best scoring clubs in USL One. I think we'll see a lot of scoring again tonight, both averaging about a 2-goal per match clip, and two of the best strikers in USL One, which we'll get into in just a few moments. Look at that perfect finish into the twine. That wasn't enough. It went on and on for these two sides last time out, including this penalty, which some fans have called controversial, resulted in this score. And finally, to make it all 8 goals between these two and a 4-4 full-time result. What an absolute howitzer. Let's take a look at the table before we get started in this USL One matchup. Westchester is a few matches back. They've only played 7, so a win tonight would be huge and nothing to worry about for the Mount Vernon, New York side yet. Richmond Kickers, hello, top 5 of the table. They're looking to kick it in that top 5 tonight if they can pick up 3 more points in a good matchup against Westchester. Remember those strikers I mentioned? This guy was #1 on SportsCenter Top 10. Call NASA. They've got a new rocket to buy the rights for from Obregon. Look at that delivery over the top. He's channeling his inner Pele. Can he do it again? We'll find out. But he's not the only striker on the field that needs to have an eye on them tonight, and then we're going to keep an eye on together. You and I are going to watch Darwin Espinal as well. This guy has been lights out. Coach Sawatsky told me the sky is the limit for Darwin. They wanted him for a long time, had to get him from the Maryland Bobcats. Look at that delivery to the twine. Tied for second in the league with 5 goals. Who will be more productive tonight? Will we have a shootout? We'll find out. I'm sure it's going to be a great matchup. Get your stacks, buckle your seatbelt. We'll have it all in this USL One showdown when we return in just a moment on ESPN.
Being healthy means you can do what makes you happy with the people who make you smile. Health First Insurance plans connect you to care you can trust for a happy family and a healthy future. With Health First, it's all within your reach.
You expect Manhattan-level care, and you live in Westchester. With Northwell, you'll find it all right here through this store in Terrytown and this one in Katona, at Phelps Hospital and Northern Westchester Hospital. It's where you'll find a vast network of world-class doctors delivering everything from primary care to the most complex neurosurgery and cancer treatments. And it's all part of New York's most awarded health system, with every door leading to extraordinary care right here in Westchester. Northwell. Raise health.
From the stadium at Memorial Field in Mount Vernon, New York, it's USL One soccer action. We're about ready to go. Before we do, a look at the lineup for these two sides, starting with a home club, Westchester Soccer Club. The 3rd ever professional start for Hammersley between the sticks. Can he keep it rolling? I think so, and I think this is going to be an interesting matchup with him in goal and the talent brought to the field on both sides. Keep an eye on JC as well. Way in the top right, the striker, who is SportsCenter's #1 play in the top 10 for his long shot. The Kickers of Richmond, so much talent on this roster and on the field, pulled together by Coach Sawatsky, but we'll keep an eye on Snedden. He's been really good for a really long time. Schenfeld on the back, Vaughn in the middle, and up front, Kirkland. He has been electric, along with Bulldog and Espinal. Those 3 strikers are going to be a problem. We're about ready to go, and here we are on the pitch, ready for kickoff between these two sides. Obregon standing by. Everyone's ready to go for this USL League One matchup. It's the 3-4-3 Richmond Kickers, the 1-3-3 Westchester Soccer Club. I'm Gabriel Schrei. Welcome to our presentation of USL One action. We're ready to go with kickoff coming in just moments from Mount Vernon, New York. Wearing the white, Richmond wearing the blue home kits, Westchester, as we kick off, and Richmond will be first with the ball and a long strike over the top. A quick header to get us started as this one is kept away from the area by Westchester. Rattles around and can't be collected initially. This will have to be thrown in, pursued out by Vasquez. Rolling and pushed backwards. Kamar Lawrence lost again. Mohammed Hassan, our referee today. Our ARs are Eric Schreiber and Douglas Clayton. Stephanie McFarland, our fourth official. Thrown in as our first minute, winding to a close. An aerial play as Richmond can't recollect. Now, last time these two sides met, they combined for 8 total goals. It was 4-4 at full time. Both of them coming off of a tough outing. A draw against Madison for Westchester. The Flamingos were able to score in response to that Obregon top 1 play in the Sports Center top 10. Coach Carton standing by. Richmond kickers are coming off of a loss to Spokane, and they've been so good. Hard to keep up with that velocity side. Long delivery through, and it'll be recollected by Kamar. Touched carefully to the keeper. Then over the top, Andrew Hammersley, originally from Garden City, New York, between the sticks. Very good collegiately for Sacred Heart University. That's a look at Coach Sawatsky. You can tell he's into it early. Lots of fire on the bench today. Second minute winding, a quick whistle. Coach Sawatsky told me they're a bit of the walking wounded, missing a couple of guys. James Vaughn has been great though, a depth guy at center back. He stepped up and done a really nice job filling that role. Westchester, Lawrence steps around and the long strike is hammered back by Richmond. Trouble out front as the kickers can't recollect. He's taken down, and this one sent carefully through to the man out of Sacred Heart. Playing up with some pressure is Josh Kirkland. Still after that ball as Lawrence will roll this down to Stephen Payne. The right back from Columbia lost it, and it's pushed over the end line. Great job by the kickers bringing heat. Darwin Espinal, one of the players we highlighted during our pregame. Last year's NISA Golden Boot winner. Played for the Maryland Bobcats, tied for second in the league with 5 goals. He's played in every match this year for the Kickers of Richmond. And Coach just loves Espinal. We talked about him for quite a bit on our call this week. The sky's the limit, he told me. They've wanted him for a few years, and they're just thrilled to have him on the pitch. An early set piece, and this could be crucial. The corner for the Kickers of Richmond in our 4th minute. Bent over the top, too much on it as it's easily cleared away by Westchester. And Westchester Soccer Club out to the center of the pitch. This will be regathered by Richmond. Rolling all the way back to the keeper. Long strike of the ball, he'll air it out. Too much as this will rattle and roll off. Snedden looked great last time out against Spokane. Weak chances throughout the first half for Richmond. They're going to look to get some quality chances. But Snedden did everything so well against the velocity, and that side has been so good this season to hold them, contain them to a goal, hang with them. He's feeling sharp, and Westchester will have their hands full, even though they were able to produce 4 scores last time out against this Richmond side. Battle for it through the center, and he is run down from behind. Easy call on the kick as Espinal draws it. Rolled back across to Connor McGlynn. The central area, this one off of a kicker and out. Eric Schreiber sends this with Westchester. Rolled back for Lawrence, and in pursuit is Kirkland. Joshua can't get to it in time as Hammersley chips it back to Kamar. Kickers playing up, dangerous moment. Westchester just getting it through the double team as it's nearly tackled away, and back to Lawrence. Kamar very involved early, controlling things as we've played 5 minutes between these two sides. The left back from Jamaica started his professional career with Harborview FC. Then in the Jamaican Premier League, earned a debut with the senior men's national team in November of 2013. Sent away by Snedden. Well played by the keeper at midfield. It's nearly regathered by Westchester before the kickers keep it moving, and the head of steam disrupted perfectly on the edge of the pitch. Really nice play, sliding under the ball. Joshua Drack, the fullback, spent last season with Charleston Battery. This is his second appearance and start for this side. Kickers take their time. Long delivery, this one down towards the end line, wanted to bend it inside. Westchester disrupts. This one pushed out front of the area, back onto the edge of the 18, right side, and gloved by Hammersley. Third ever start for this man, and he's looking good. You can see why he got the nod. Great strike of the ball, and it's just inside of the right stick. Andrew, the goalkeeper from Garden City, does a nice job getting on top of that. Westchester, now a moment to breathe. USL One action coming to you live on ESPN. I'm Gabriel Schry, glad you're with us. Scoreless as we're in our 7th minute of play. Header down into the area, rush to the end line, and this rolls off. Good foot race. That's Drack, who's hanging with Matthew Bulldog, the right midfielder from Richmond. Back to the kickers for the first time since 2022. Our 7th minute leaks into the 8th. Westchester chipping it back and forth on top of their area, playing keep away with Kirkland. Hammersley leaves it off for McGlynn, the defensive midfielder. Also New York native. This is taken away by the kickers. Kirkland, left side, just wide of the stick as this rolls into the dasher. Hammersley, a sigh of relief as Westchester nearly gives up the freebie. Take another look. Kirkland just boots that. Perfect placement through traffic and all. I think it's disrupted in motion. Westchester just able to prevent crisis in our 8th minute of play. Richmond kickers still playing up. They are flying fast. Lots of fun to watch these two sides go at it. I want to say it's a fun match of chess, but it feels more like a game of tag. Westchester left off into the wing. Could be a dangerous moment. Sadie down to the end line, bent inside and headed away by Richmond. Westchester staying with it. Kirkland run down and the whistle from our referee. Mohammed Hassan can't let him go on that. Just enough contact. He's got to blow it. Joshua Drack is the one who will be warned. He was selected 16th overall in the 2021 MLS Super Draft by the LA Galaxy. You can see the physicality he brings to the pitch right there. Really great set of tools. Still scoreless halfway through our 9th minute. Just words, no cards as we're getting started between these two sides. Kickers are way back. They'll rope this through midfield, and it's taken out of the air by Sadie. He's on the move and has a convoy with him. Cuts to the inside. Long strike of the ball inside of the right stick, and at home, Westchester SC out in front 1-0. What a beautiful delivery to take the lead at home over the Richmond kickers. Take another look at this beautiful intercept. He makes the play all by himself. That's going up for goal of the week. The left winger from Liberia. Beautiful, beautiful score. The first of the season for the man who came from the Charleston Battery. What an electric score. Westchester out in front 1-0 on their home turf. As we're not even out of our 10th minute of play between these two sides. Now, I don't want to get out ahead of ourselves, folks, but Last time these two played, they combined for 8 total goals. Could we see another shootout tonight? I wouldn't be mad. From Mount Vernon, New York, it's the Kickers in Westchester SC. The home club out in front, as we're going to be blown dead before the Kickers can throw in. Extremely productive sides. Westchester, that was their 13th goal of the season as a club. Richmond has scored 17. Roped through, Kickers harassed down along the touchline. They'll have to retreat and reset. Richmond, a full reset all the way back to Snedden, the keeper. Snedden's been great as well. Revamped goalkeeping unit. He joined the club on an academy contract in June of 2023. Played for Richmond United. Showed off his skills as a modern guy. Here's a look at Coach. Out in front 1-0, still cool as a cucumber. Leaves the energy to the fans, and you can tell they're feeling it. 11th minute, leaks into our dozenth as it's 1-0 Westchester. Richmond playing up with a lot of aggression. They want to respond quickly. Stephen Payne pushed that inside. Rolled all the way back to Hammersley. Roped across and out. We'll see a throw in. Great turnout in New York for Westchester SC. Quickly thrown in this one, aerial towards midfield. Kickers keep it moving. Gathered with the toe of the boot and taken away immediately by Westchester. Sent inside by Payne. Directed across. Drack tried for the connection. Westchester will return it to Hammersley. Controlled by the young keeper. A lot of room to work with. The center back from Haiti got us started all the way down the touchline. Sadie's free and running again into the right side of the area. Wants to finesse it inside and set off intentionally by the Kickers. So a set piece coming. Produced by Prince Sadie. Another look at how he pulled that together. Run down inside, tried to send it out to the spot, and a good decision by Darwin Espinal, and gets some help from Quaidi Chela. They stay with him. The center back from Mississauga, Canada, pushes that off, but it produces the set piece for Westchester. Prince Sadie is doing it all by himself early. He's already scored a goal. A beautiful shot delivered just inside of the right stick. Now he forces the set piece. Can Westchester capitalize? Already playing over a dozen minutes and leading 1-0. Late in the 13th, they'll take the corner. Six-yard box is loaded up with bodies, some pushing and shoving, and being directed by Muhammad Hassan, our referee. He gives the go-ahead to Douglas Clayton. The corner. Bent over the top, way too much on this, and it sails harmlessly. The Kickers will take back over with goal kick. A little too much on that. Knew what he wanted to try and get that to the backside of the 6-yard box, create some danger. Just a bit too much force, so Snedden and his Kickers will take over. Sent long. Westchester can't collect and keep it on. G-Baptiste tries to fight for that. Brooklyn, New York native. A decade of professional and international experience with this roster. Most recently a center back for Valor FC. And Sadie, the collision, as we get the call from our referee immediately. Regan Howell was trying to stay with that, the left back from Richmond. Through midfield to the back of the circle. Barnathan. Taken up by Seufert. Long delivery down to the penalty arc, loose and cleared initially by Westchester. Richmond puts it back into the area, and this is sent aerial by Drack. Great play by Joshua, and it forces Richmond to reconsider and reset right in front of Coach Salotsky. Roped across to Snedden, who's way outside beyond the penalty arc. Clyde playing some pitch and catch with Snedden. Seifert watches that go by. Clyde again. He'll bend it, an aerial play right through the center field circle. Steps around one would-be intercept and dished across to Prince Sadie. Westchester looking to get something going. Left off along the touchline. Payne pushes it up the field, but it'll go backwards on him. McGlynn doesn't like what he sees initially. Westchester. And they're going to leave this off and turn it over to Richmond unintentionally. Stopped up by our referee momentarily. Kickers will throw in. Sawatsky delivering instruction with authority from the bench. Really enjoyed our call this week. Had a lot of insight for me. And he does a great job, as good as you're going to see in the United States, of developing players. Their biggest problem is they're developing talent so quickly, they're losing guys that are being bought out. Westchester's through to the end line, down from the corner. Westchester SC rolls this to the left side of the area. They're out front of it, trying to work this down the touchline. Wanted a second connection. The New York-based club pushed it around one defender, in trouble and harassed as McGlynn goes down. Seifert, the central midfielder from Mannheim, Germany. Here's another look. Seifert grabs at that kit right at the bottom, and it's just enough to draw the whistle, and throws his hands in the air. What? I didn't do anything. In the 17th minute, 1-0 Westchester. They've got the ball. Can't blame him for trying. Sent across, Jean Baptiste. Lots of room for him to work with. Good delivery, but it pinballs back to midfield. Fighting for this, physicality on full display. Crowd's getting into it a bit. Dean across, aerial feed, and the whistle again already. And being officiated tightly by Mohammed Hassan. Schreiber and Clayton, the assistant referees. Through the circle, kickers. Long strike of the ball, looking for the wing, too much, it's off, and back to Westchester again. There's our referee for today's match. Mohammed Hassan calls it as he sees it. Having words with J.C. Obregon Jr., our striker to watch for Westchester. I think Westchester's worried that NASA's going to buy his contract out. Roped across, 1-0. This is backwards for Howell. Return forward to Barnathan. Dakota, too much pressure. Kickers will try again. Beckett steps around Sadie. Nowhere to go, so they'll reset. Richmond kickers looking for a long feed in our 19th minute, trailing by a goal early. Barnathan all the way to Snedden, the keeper. Richmond's kickers, they like the long strike on this play, down the field into the wing along the touchline, and it's going to be regathered initially by Richmond and sent off over the end line. Trying to argue his case, and Schreiber having a laugh with him. We'll see a corner kick for the kickers of Richmond, Virginia. This is a great opportunity on the set piece, trailing early to Westchester. What can they do with it? They have been great on these set pieces. Schenfeld, the left back from Chile, is the one who will take the kick. Late of the 19th, he'll bend this down low out front of the 6. Kirkland misfires. Gonna have to be regathered by Richmond. Chasing it down and sent back to midfield. The Virginia-based club, a reset. They'll try airing it out, keeper way out. Hammersley touches this away, regathered, pushed it over the top, and the danger eliminated with a great header. Regathered, danger's not over yet, left of the spot, fires a shot, directed away, regathered Richmond, backside in front of the 6, and gets some help, much needed help I might add, from Drack. He goes down hard. Decent spot, dead on from the penalty arc. Helpfully enough, we can see the lines about 10 yards back. 20th minute winding, 1-0 Westchester, back-to-back set-piece opportunities. There's a look at your spot for the Richmond kickers. Standing by with the ball, Seifert and Darwin Espinal, the center forward from San Antonio, Texas. minutes left with Seufert. Played for FK Jerv before signing with the Kickers. He's appeared in 9 matches, got 8 starts entering today. Waiting for the signal from our referee, and there it is. He gives the go-ahead. Seufert steps, delivers, long strike to the right stick, and gloved easily by Andrew Hammersley. His 3rd start as a professional and looking good. Take another look at Seufert's strike of the ball. Nice authority, tried to feign like he was going to feed that to a teammate and get some help on a redirect. Instead, takes the shot himself. Late in the 21st, a long bend for Westchester. Taken up by Richmond. Seufert turning like a top and tries to deliver that down the touchline, but a little too much as he overshoots his intended target, Beckett Howell. Westchester allowed a couple of quality chances in their first few minutes against Ford Madison. 3 in the first 7 to be specific. Back-to-back excellent chances created for them in the 8th minute, and then again in the 14th for Drac. Obregon scored from outer space, that top play in the 17th minute. Collision. You can see their legs got locked up. And he's holding his hand, it looks like to me. Schenfeld is the one who collided with him. Initially, I thought he grabbed his leg and it looked like maybe some salesmanship, but potentially stubbed his finger or something. Hopefully he's all right. Sawatsky shouting out onto the field to his Richmond Kickers. And a quick word from our referee. Hassan speaks with Schenfeld. We're ready to play on in our 23rd between Westchester and Richmond. Long strike of the ball over the top. Pursued to the corner. Sadie onto it. Ben out front and misfired initially. Touched back by Payne for a bit of a reset. Jean-Baptiste will try the far side on an outlet pass. Skying this one towards the left side of the area, but it's cleared. Great look with the ball. Richmond will reset. 23rd about to give way to our 24th between these two sides. 11 teenagers on the roster for Richmond. A little bit of grabbing and the tackle just too much. And a yellow card shown early. Joel Johnson slides into that. Scratch that, it's Daniel Bowman, central midfielder from Australia. Shown a yellow midway through our 24th. Rolled across by Clyde. Long bend from central field. Richmond Kickers put it through end line. Wants to go out front and it rolls just over the end line. A lot of pressure and heat brought against Westchester. Drac does a great job of staying with Bulldog. Forces him off and he crashes down off of the field into the side. Bulldog very active today in New York. Stadium at Memorial Field this Memorial Day weekend. Pro side soccer and USL One action. These two duking it out. So far a slugfest. Westchester looking to break it wide open. Prince cuts to the inside. Loses a would-be defender, and Richmond takes it away. Beckett, nice delivery. Cutting to the inside is Espinal. Darwin, the former Maryland Bobcat, shaking defenders, tries to tackle him down, still on his feet and working across the field. On his boots, he blows a tire and goes down at the end of a great run. Westchester takes it away. Darwin was looking to do it all himself. 26th minute has arrived. Bent through, this one rattles and rolls its way back into the final third, where Richmond takes back over. This one sent through and rolls off. 26th minute, 1-0 Westchester. There's McGlynn. So that card was not against Daniel Bowman. It was against Connor McGlynn. Sounds like we may have had one flashed for dissent against Juan Carlos as well. Player to watch in the striker. Goal of the week, maybe the goal of the year last time out against forward Madison. Thrown in Westchester. Down the line and returned by Richmond. From the edge of the field, Drack can't stay with it initially. Westchester keeps it away from Richmond. Great play. Rolled across ahead of steam as this is pushed forward to Prince. Sadie dribbling his way in traffic, and he'll get it right back. Prince on top of the ball. Man goes down, still with it, Westchester, the whistle. And a yellow card shown. They're flying fast. Another look. Goes down awkwardly, spins off of the boots of Schenfeld, the man from Chile. And he's shown the yellow card. Decent spot for Westchester. They're leading 1-0. Can they capitalize early in our 28th minute? Standing by with the ball is Dean.
Your attention, please.
Guzin is a midfielder from Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Team from Polish 1 Liga club. Sosnowiec played with Zoel. Long delivery down inside towards the 6. Richmond headers this, and another collision as we get the whistle. J.C. Obregon not happy. Another look at the no call as he throws his hand into the air. A little bit of rushing down the back. Seufert from Germany coming together with him. Say goodbye to the 28th minute and hello to the 29th, where Westchester's still ahead by that single score by Prince Sadie. Westchester SC tries the long outlet feed down right at the spot inside of the right stick. Hello, 2-0. Oh, baby, that's why he's our player to watch. He is feeling it 2 weeks in a row. Beautiful finishes. That's going to be his 5th goal of the season, and it makes him one of the top scorers in the league and in America. Another look at this feed over the top. Perfect delivery, my goodness. Just to the right of the spot, he puts it inside of the stick. Snedden can't believe it. What a feed. Oh, baby, that is just gorgeous. How about the footwork of JC? Juan Carlos getting it done in New York. 2-0 Westchester SC, who is seeking their 2nd win of the season and looking to climb out of the cellar on the table. Now, they're a few matches back from the rest of the league with just 7 played, but certainly never hurts to notch a win or two. We've nearly played 1/2 of an hour between these two sides, and Coach Sawatsky has some words for his Richmond kickers, who are trailing by a pair early. Last time these two met, 8 total goals scored. This production certainly very much capable of continuing throughout the rest of this match. We've seen Richmond have a few quality chances. So far, this has felt heavily like possession and the match itself just tilting the way of Westchester. Richmond notorious for scoring late though, especially on set pieces. Long bend over the top for the end line and booted into the air. Off through the track. Sawatsky is directing his club. Carton's got some choice words as well. 31st minute arrives. Both coaches active up on their feet, shouting out onto the pitch. Spokane was down a man last week and cruised to that victory 1-0 against the Kickers of Richmond. Now they trail 2-0 early to this Westchester SC side. Can they find their footing before our first half slips away? Darwin Espinal, the former Maryland Bobcat, long strike into the wing from the end line, set out front, no one near the spot, regathered, Kickers to the left side, find the twine. A beautiful strike of the ball to get one back for Richmond. What a pass over the top to get that started. Darwin Espinal sets it up, gets it right back, and buries it. That's why he was our man to watch. Last year's NISA Golden Boot winner scores his 6th of the season for the Richmond Kickers. Look at this, from the edge of the area, sent out front. Westchester thought they cleared it. Espinal from just behind the spot says, hey, I've got a laser in my pocket. Let's light up this twine. Beautiful. It's 2-1. Richmond gets one back from Westchester SC in New York. Already 3 goals scored, just over half of an hour played between these two sides. Welcome to our coverage of USL One Soccer. This is shaping up to be a barn burner. You gotta get snacks, get them now. Espinal just scored his 6th of the season. Tied for 2nd in the league entering the match. We've got a collision right in front of the Richmond bench, and Coach Shalotsky can't believe it. He's emphatic. So is his roster. Westchester will take the kick. A reset at midfield. Jean-Baptiste plays keep away with Kirkland. Left off to Payne. Feigned one way, turns his hips upfield for a moment before going to the midfield circle. Brushed across by McGlynn. 33rd minute winding quickly. Nice turn of the ball. Kirkland running drills trying to keep up with him. Westchester across to Jean-Baptiste. Into the wing and offside. Britt Sadie just getting a bit ahead of himself as we're into our 34th. Long strike through midfield. Unable to gather initially. Nice header. Ball's loose in the air. Westchester pushed it through. Pinballs around. Spinning as he goes down, and we get the call from our referee. Takes a moment to talk to him. And Bowman walks away after he gets some words from Mohammed Hassan. Bit of a warning. JC still with him chatting at midfield. Juan Carlos wraps this up, and now Richmond will put us back underway. Push to Seufert, down the touchline to Beckett. And Howell gets this around Payne, but it's off. One goal separates us in our 35th minute of action between Westchester and Richmond. Juan Carlos down on the AstroTurf. Couple of smiles there, no hard feelings. We'll play on. A little pushing and shoving. The center back from Mississauga, Canada, Clyde, put him out onto the ground. Again, Clyde involved. Both of our players to watch fighting for the ball. Clyde and Juan Carlos going at it. 36-minute rolling. Look at drag through traffic. Westchester had a steam and no one there. Looking for help, it's just kickers. Richmond off the takeaway will air this out. A long strike of the ball. The header nearly pushed it through and taken back by Drac and Westchester as he's tripped up, and immediately we get the whistle and the card shown. Perhaps not. Take another look. Caught his lead foot. Kind of some awkwardness there. Seifert immediately trying to plead his case. No card shown. Just throws his hand straight up for the signal. 2-1. Joshua Drac thought he drew it as well. 37th rolling towards the 38th. A 1-goal advantage for Westchester. This is Drac again. Trailed by Seifert, who stays off the ball this time. Westchester down just beyond the wing. This one bent over the top and going to sail long over the end line. Mohammed Hassan sounds the whistle down inside, and they'll send that to the corner. Set piece coming for Westchester on their home pitch. Looking to extend a 1-goal advantage. Here's the delivery, long over the top, backside, headed away by Richmond as it rolls into the corner. This is off as he'll throw in from the touchline. McGlynn leaves it for Payne. Stephen Payne, the right back from Columbia. Payne fighting down to the goal line. It's blown dead and will go the other way. 39th coming between Westchester and Richmond. Long strike of the ball out to midfield. Well-placed header. Fighting for this and awkwardly caught on the side of the head. Hopefully he's all right. Hassan coming to check on Kirkland, who was caught on the side of the head. Here's another look at that collision. Head-to-head contact. Coach Sawatsky looks concerned, and he described his club as the walking wounded this week. Carton talking with his guys, taking advantage of the time. 40th minute winding in a 2-1 matchup between these two sides. This club already missing Chandler O'Dwyer, the center forward from Lingfield, England. He's been so important to their lineup, but right alongside him, Joshua Kirkland, the striker from Richmond originally, played at University of Mary Washington before he came to the Kickers as a training player. Signed on in the middle of last season. And after some head-to-head contact, he'll make his way to the bench. Hopefully he's all right. We played more than 40 minutes between these two sides, as we'll see a kick momentarily and get back underway. Jean-Baptiste. And back to the pitch is number 9. Was after it right away. Looks like he's good to go. This is delivered long, rattles back to Drack. Nearly had a wide open free and running chance. Westchester will return and to some degree reset. Chip through. Nice delivery by Richmond. Hammered back by Westchester and volleyed again over the top by the kickers. WSC fighting for this. The New York side rolls this to Hammersley as we've got a man down. Enter the Brinks Tires Tailgate Kit Sweepstakes for a chance to win a prize pack worth up to $3,000. Scan the QR code on screen to enter today. Can I enter? I want to enter. Brinks Tires, check it out. 2-1, 42nd minute rolling. Kamar Lawrence, the Jamaican, very involved early. Made his rise to the Jamaican Premier League before coming to America. Signed to the New York Red Bulls in 2015. Took over the starting left back role. Been a key contributor in American soccer for a long time. Great intercept, 2 outs, the man who scored. Espinal, backside, loose into the 18 and sent away by WSC. Kickers regather, still moving with haste. Roped across down to Howell. Beckett looks up the touchline, and this one misfired. Prince Sadie in pursuit. It'll be a full reset as Barnathan delivers this backwards. Couple of heel balls in a row. Dribbling, lofted over the spot, and this one sent away by Drack. Great defensive effort by Joshua. Stephen Payne in on that as well, defensively bringing a lot of pressure. Throw in for Richmond. Midway through our 43rd minute. Kickers send that from the wing down to the end line and covered carefully by Hammersley. Nice heads up play by Andrew Hammersley. 33 matches played for Sacred Heart. NECL tournament team in 2023. Prior to that, spent a pair of seasons at Stonehill College. Had a very nice collegiate career before turning professional, and he's been very efficient for Westchester. This is just his 3rd start as a full professional. 44th minute thrown in by Westchester. The New York side back to Drack. They would be happy to carry this 1-goal advantage into whiteboard time in the locker room. 2-1 WSC as they'll send this again back to Hammersley. Across to Jean-Baptiste. Payne away from Beckett. Floated long, and Richmond plays keep away with Sadie. Keeper skies this down the field and returned on a volley by Jean-Baptiste. Down the touchline, Westchester regathered. We've nearly played 3/4 of an hour between these two sides. Great delivery through the center of the field as Richmond will have to reset. Cella through to Howell, Beckett back to him, Glidey. Away from Juan Carlos. Misfire, WSC intercepts and onto the ball. From the back of the circle.
Let's go, Westchester!
Payne.
Your attention, please.
Keeping it away from Espinal. 4 minutes of stoppage time called for on this first half as we played 3/4 of an hour. Westchester was just eager to walk into the locker room with this 1-goal advantage. Richmond doesn't look too keen on trying to put a run on. Jean-Baptiste tagging it up with Sadie, and Prince delivers it right back. McGlynn ropes this across. Lawrence through midfield. Drack somehow feeds this through to Juan Carlos. A little bit of room left off Joshua Drack, left side of the 18, running to the end line and roped down into the waiting gloves of the keeper for Richmond and the kickers. Really nice play by James Snedden. That routine stuff is so important. Easy cover. Keeps the ball moving for Richmond. That's the man who put the run together. He's been noisy today for Westchester. Joshua Drack, 16th overall in the 2021 MLS Super Draft by the Galaxy of LA. Standout collegiate career at Grand Canyon University and the University of Denver. Appeared in 52 matches for LA Galaxy 2 in 21 and 22 before joining Huntsville City in 2023. Back to the keeper, Hammersley. Hammers this away. Payne steps around Darwin Espinal. Roped to midfield. Fighting for it is Prince. A lot of grabbing, and Beckett draws the whistle. We played 2 minutes of our 4 of stoppage time on our first half. McGlynn. Booted to Lawrence. Kamar leaves it off. Drack. Joshua Drack, moments ago we saw him put a nice run together down deep into the 18. This time he'll rope it back to midfield. A couple of wicked finishes for these two sides. Prince, end line, Payne inside, misfired wide right of the stick. Wanted the call and begging for it. Look at Sadie, great delivery to Payne. Just couldn't get that going the way he wanted. Misdirected by Daniel Bowman. Great defensive effort on the back by the Richmond kickers as we played 3 of our 4 of stoppage time between these two sides. Here's your keeper for the kicker, Snedden. Skying this down the pitch. Aerial volley sent back over the top. Kamar Lawrence, oh, nearly perfectly touched. What a crafty play. Hammersley was ready for it. An absolute menace. Who else? Nearly headed it just through perfectly. Joshua Kirkland, who's scored 4 this season. The Mary Washington product nearly pulled it off. What a pickpocket that would have been. Almost done with our 4 minutes of stoppage time as Juan Carlos tries to kick at that. Ball's off. 50th minute coming. 2-1 Westchester. Looking like that's what we'll carry into the locker room for the half. Some whiteboard time will do these two sides some good. They combined for 8 goals last time they met. Just 3 between this pair and this outing. I say just 3, quite the explosive first half. And we're likely to see more in our second half as that will wind down our first 3/4 of an hour of regulation. Prince Sadie, an absolute menace, got some help from all around. Great run on attack for both of these clubs so far, and the second half promises to be just as exciting. I can't wait for all the action between the kickers and Westchester, and we'll have it all on ESPN with USL League One coverage. Hope you won't go anywhere. Hope you'll stay with us for all the action between these two sides. We're going to the half. It's 2-1, Westchester out in front of Richmond. on ESPN.
What makes Westchester different is what makes us strong.
Different towns, different dreams, different journeys.
It's the businesses that fuel our neighborhoods, the families that shape our future. It's the balance of city hustle
and scenic river towns.
It's hard work,
Ambition, resilience, the drive to compete and the will to win.
no matter where we come from.
Here, we are connected by something greater. Like the waters of the Hudson, we move with strength and purpose.
When we play together,
We are unstoppable. Our United by Blue jersey is more than just a uniform. It's a symbol.
the deep blue represents the rivers that shape our home, while the repeating infinity W pattern speaks to our relentless pursuit of progress.
Gold accents remind us of the excellence we strive for.
On and off the field. Inside every jersey, the words,
We are Westchester.
serve as a reminder whether you wear it on the pitch,
Or in the stands.
you are a part of something bigger.
When we stand together, we are Westchester.
Being healthy means you can do what makes you happy. With the people who make you smile. Health First Insurance plans connect you to care you can trust. For a happy family. And a healthy future. With Health First, it's all within your reach.
You expect Manhattan-level care, and you live in Westchester. With Northwell, you'll find it all right here through this store in Terrytown, and this one in Katona, at Phelps Hospital and Northern Westchester Hospital. It's where you'll find a vast network of world-class doctors delivering everything from primary care to the most complex neurosurgery and cancer treatments. And it's all part of New York's most awarded health system, with every door leading to extraordinary care right here in Westchester. Northwell. Raise health.
In New York, it's 2-1 Westchester SC leading the Richmond Kickers. A couple of great scores. Sadie scored, Juan Carlos scored, Darwin Espinal. We're going to take a look at the top plays and highlights from around USL this week, right now.
Dashes free, curls it into the area, on the back post, headed loose, oh, turned away by Garcia. Did it cross the end line? Wow, Javier Garcia making a winning play. That's the scenario we're working with. Josh Drag joining the fold. Obregon trying from afar. This is audacious, and it's in! You have just witnessed one of the best goals you'll see all year in USL League One.
Play on in the 11, knocked over. Romario Williams chested down. Oh, what a stop by Jamali Waite.
Two successful seasons in Birmingham before coming to the Rowdies.
Holstad, oh, it's a blast. 1-0, Rhode Island goes on top.
I could watch those plays and highlights all week. This is our USL 1 Team of the Week. One familiar face on there at the very bottom, Andrew Hammersley, who is getting his third professional start, making the USL 1 Team of the Week. Very impressive stuff. He has looked just absolutely fantastic in his third outing ever for Westchester SC. Let's take a look at the USL 1 Team of the Week Player of the Week. The 36-year-old Colombian goal scorer, Leo Castro, the oldest goal scorer in League One history, a 2-2 draw against AV Elza FC on Saturday. He had a second-half brace in 6 minutes, his 15th multi-goal contribution match of his 17-year professional career. Unbelievable stuff in Week 11 from Leo Castro in Greenville Triumph. He continues to just be electric as his career burns on and on. The fans are standing by. It's 2-1. Westchester leading the Richmond Kickers. We'll return with more on ESPN in just a moment with USL League One action.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way.
Focus!
Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power.
Whatever it takes.
Trusted for over 100 years. Tiger Balm's proven herbal blend tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger so that you can rise above pain.
Let's make a Karate Kid.
And get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Stay 3 nights this summer at Best Western and get $50 off a future stay.
How does Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water keep you in the game? We always source our water directly from the natural spring to fuel every body, no matter how you like to move it. So whether you're chasing your goals or just staying active this summer, make sure to stay hydrated with Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Always bottled at the natural spring source.
This week on USL All Access, Knoxville's new head coach, Ian Fuller, is off to an undefeated start in the league. He joins us to talk about all the good things going on in Knoxville. We'll also talk about a disappointing week in the Open Cup for the USL Championship, including what's wrong in Tampa Bay. It's all coming up this week on USL All Access on SiriusXM FC.
In New York, 2-1 Westchester out ahead of the Richmond Kickers. Let's take a look at what's going on around the league in USL action this week. News and notes. Da-da-da, da-da-da. I'm not very good at the Sports Center theme. Juan Carlos, his strike from 70 yards was number 1 on the Sports Center top 10. Unbelievable. He's already scored in this match as well. 23 USL Championship and League One players have been named to the CONCACAF Gold Cup preliminary rosters. And the Tigers to face the Mingos. It's Liga MX Development Squad Tigers on June 25th, taking them on. Let's take a look at scores from yesterday around USL 1. We had a couple of great ones. 1-0, the victory to Indy 11 over 1 Knox. A deadlock draw between Portland and Forward Madison. 2-1, Chattanooga taking the victory. And Antelope Valley, a 2-1 win as well, all in USL 1 play. And what's to come still in USL action this week? We've got a couple of really good ones. 10 o'clock Eastern time, we'll round this one out on Wednesday at Spokane in a Jägermeister match. Rolling it back, we've got 2 more today. Texoma taking on Greenville Triumph. That's at 4:30 Eastern. And I'll be back with you for FC Naples and Union Omaha. That'll be a good one at 7:30 Eastern tonight. All rounding us out in USL 1 action. It's 2-1 at the half. Westchester leading Richmond's Kickers on ESPN. We'll return with more USL League One action from New York in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Our second half promises to be just as electric as that first half of play.
Being healthy means you can do what makes you happy. With the people who make you smile. Health First insurance plans connect you to care you can trust. For a happy family and a healthy future. With Health First, it's all within your reach.
You expect Manhattan-level care, and you live in Westchester. With Northwell, you'll find it all right here through this store in Terrytown and this one in Katona, at Phelps Hospital and Northern Westchester Hospital. It's where you'll find a vast network of world-class doctors delivering everything from primary care to the most complex neurosurgery and cancer treatments. And it's all part of New York's most awarded health system, with every door leading to extraordinary care right here in Westchester. Northwell. Raise health.
2-1 in New York. Westchester leading the Richmond Kickers. Richmond is 0-3-0 when they trail at the half this season, and 1-4-0 in games decided by a goal or less. Let's take a look at how we got here. Absolute barn burner of a first half. My goodness, buckle your seatbelt and hang on, because the second half should be electric as well. This is Prince Sadie. He was free, running. Look at this shot. Wowza! That one found the twine. It was too easy, and it got us started on a run. Westchester SC up ahead 1-0. That wasn't enough. Look at this. Westchester gets a hold of it. Long feed on the intercept. Juan Carlos, the 70-yard man. He looks like an astronaut, and back-to-back goals and back-to-back weeks for this guy. Obregon has it going. 3 minutes later, Richmond responded down to the end line. Look at this bend inside. It looked like Westchester had cleared it, but here comes Darwin Espinal, and he's able to bury that one just inside of the left stick against Hammersley, the goalkeeper of the week in USL 1. The numbers that powered our first half. 2-1 our score, 7-4 the shots. Richmond leading that category. Shots on target equal at 3. Possession, it's mostly the New York side, 58-42. Corners, a pair apiece. Offside, 2-0. Westchester leading that. And yellow cards, 2-1. Westchester, the New York side, leading that category against the Kickers of Richmond, Virginia. Second half promises to have so much more action packed into it. Excited to have you with us for USL 1 play. 2-1 after one half of action. Can Westchester keep it going? We're going to find out. Those are the numbers that powered your first half of play between these two sides, as Richmond will look to find a way back into this one. But again, at the half when they trail, they have struggled to find a way to power action and get things going. Almost ready to go with our second half of action between these two sides. The clubs are wrapping up their whiteboard time. Let's take a look last year, flashing back to the incredible comeback against Madison for the Richmond Kickers. Can they find a way to power a comeback like this?
The last action as it sent in all the big bodies forward. It's in! The Richmond Kickers win the Henny Derby!
That was quite the comeback last season. Richmond, who has been so good so far this season under the direction of head coach Darren Sawatsky, is looking to see if they can stage a second half comeback. And I mentioned it a few moments ago, they have been not great when trailing at the half. They're 0-3-0 this season when they're losing at the halftime break. This first time these two clubs met, they combined for 8 total scores, 4-4 at full time. So nothing is out of the question in this second 3/4 of an hour of regulation. We could see an explosive second half between these two sides, and I would almost chalk it up and expect it. These two have had some whiteboard time, some time to make some adjustments. I'm certain we'll see some changes from these two sides. Will they affect how they come together on the pitch? Yet to be seen. Westchester looking great after that first half, leading by a goal powered by Juan Carlos and Prince Sadie. Richmond able to respond with Darwin Espinal, the San Antonio, Texas native, in center forward. They're going to look to lean on him and a couple of their different production men as we enter the second half of play between these two sides in USL 1 action. Glad you're with us from New York and inside of the stadium at Memorial Field. I'm Gabriel Shrine with all the action in this second half. Promises to be just as exciting for you at home. Westchester bust up the huddle. They'll take to the field and get us ready for the second half. There's our referee, Mohammed Hassan, who has called a tight one in New York. Ready to go. Richmond started our first half of the ball. Westchester, who's wearing blue, will start our second half with possession and on top of the soccer ball. They flipped sides, and Westchester will work from right to left in the second half. Long bend to get us started. Richmond plays it out of the air. Looking for Drack. Taken up by WSC. Josh dribbles away from a would-be defender and leaves it off. Drack again on top of the ball. But all the way back to Hammersley. The sails over the touchline and off. Thrown in quickly. Fitch returns back behind midfield. He'll keep it going all the way to our keeper, Snedden. Outlet feed through the air, taken by the kickers. Playing this in traffic, just able to keep that on the toes of his boots. Jostled, hassled, leaves it off down towards the end line. Richmond out front, kickers, bang! Right side, they equalize us, a pair of goals apiece. What a score for the kickers of Richmond to equalize us. That's going to be their 19th goal of the season as a club. Hammersley is out of position, and how do you respond to that? Take another look at this one. It's going to be the first of the season for the veteran as that one just rolls through to the right side of the 6-yard box. Nearly on the center of it, but Bulldog buries that into the twine. Great feed, perfect through traffic. No way that they can cut that off as Beckett Howell just ladles that one to the backside. The first of the season for Matthew Bulldog, the right midfielder. Back underway, deadlocked, a pair of goals apiece as Westchester going to reset. Roping this backwards. Hammersley floats it across. Drack regathers. Pinball's off. Bulldog up playing against him. Bulldog has been such a reliable presence for so long, and a couple of guys on this Richmond roster that Coach Sawatsky loves. He got from the Bobcats. Bulldog, a former Nisa man. Darwin Espinal, who scored in the first half, and one of the top scorers and strikers in the league. The sky's the limit is what Coach Sawatsky told me this week about Darwin Espinal, also a former Nisa man, the Golden Boot winner last season. Two players topple over each other. Juan Carlos picks up Barnathan, who came down on top of him. Guzan taking a little look at how he just rolled over the top of him unintentionally. Juan Carlos picked him up right away, no hard feelings. 49th minute, deadlocked, a pair of goals apiece. Westchester resetting. Lawrence delivers this. Kamar all the way into the 6. Skied this big collision. Richmond looking for a whistle, not going to get it. Stephen Payne right in on that play as they go down. Well bent through the backside. Richmond will have to reset as Juan Carlos is up there threatening. What a couple of weeks he's had. Juan Carlos, Obregon, #1 play on Sports Center. Goals in back-to-back weeks. Look out for the Richmond kickers right here. Left off. RC to the left side of the 18, sent into the air, tried to header that through in traffic and blown dead as it's too much contact for Hassan. Kickers arguing with the call, not happy with it. Ball will go the way of Westchester. Josh Kirkland scored the final equalizer, the second of the game, the 9th minute of extra time on April 19th. Stole a frantic 4-4 draw. WSC secured 3rd place for the Kickers at the time. Right now they're at 6th on the table. 8 combined scores in their last meeting. Right now we've already seen 4 as we're into the 51st minute, just 5 minutes gone in our second half of action. Wicked scoring outburst. From midfield, this pushed down the touchline. Out front, WSC in traffic tried to feed that through, and it's knocked off course by Richmond. Kickers tee this up. Long feed across the field. He's got it ahead of steam. Can he control in traffic? To the right side of the area. Dribble. Tried to push that inside, and it's sent off. Nice play by Kamar Lawrence, shutting down the man who scored moments ago. Matt Boldock, look at the veteran working with the ball. Nice footwork, controls himself and his body. Kamar Lawrence reads that perfectly to send it off. What that does is it affords an opportunity for the Richmond Kickers on the set piece. They're just as happy to have that, I guarantee you. Seufert to deliver from the corner in the 52nd. After the signal, he bends it right out front. The header gonna go high and off. The ball boy will collect this for Westchester. Seufert a nice bend, and he'll have back-to-back chances on the set piece. Central midfielder from Mannheim, Germany. Came from FK Jerv to play for the Kickers of Richmond. He'll bend again, now in the 52nd minute. Floated across, backside, there's a header, loose on the 6 and cleared by WSC over the touchline. Sawatsky is the one who will toss this to a waiting player. Really like the energy and vibe of Coach Sawatsky. Great guy, great presence on the bench, on the phone, and he's just a great developer of talent. This is over the top. Hammersley feigning to sell out and try and save that in our 53rd minute. Sawatsky is a huge believer in developing talent. They're pretty convinced that they're going to lose Griffin Garnett to Europe. That's the project that everyone's talking about for the Richmond Kickers. 11 teenagers on the roster at the start of the season. Richmond is just so efficient, so good at developing talent, and unfortunately for the fans of the club, saying goodbye. Seufert will deliver again. 3 in a row. Now in the 53rd. Then, too long, Kickers. This one floats over the top. Regathered in the corner, Seufert. He'll try the same move. Headed, this one goes wide left. Looking for the call, and they won't get it. Big collision down just off the stick. Watch again, Seufert. Nice delivery. That almost looks designed, I'm not gonna lie to you. Seufert tries the same move again with the players out of position. And a good heads-up play by WSC to get right in front of Clyde and force the contact. Richmond is all over it in this second half so far, and on cue, WSC pushes it through to midfield. A couple of minutes in a row down in the attacking third for the Kickers. Westchester finally snaps it. Bulldogs scored his first of the season moments ago and deadlocked us a pair of goals apiece between the Kickers and Westchester. WSC looking to get their lead back on their home field, Memorial Field. All the way back behind midfield. Come on. Touchline, Westchester looking for that circle. 3 defenders as he is battling his way in traffic. Nifty move by Bulldog. Put it off of the boots of the attacker. Daniel Bowman just watches as that comes off of his legs and out. Throw-in for the Kickers. Bowman is from Australia. He's been a great presence for WSC in this season. 55th minute winding. 2-2 Westchester Richmond. Floated towards the center. Onto it, WSC, they'll return. Backwards all the way to the keeper, Hammersley. Through the center of the pitch, Kickers. Long strike of the ball. Roped. Dribbling, WSC into the area, tried to center that up, and it's cleared. Nice heads-up play. Richmond stays with that. Sadie Prince, who scored that opener with a great run through traffic, bringing a little bit of heat in the second half. Here's a bend down to the 6. Oh, baby, Snedden. Airborne, climbed that ladder. Hopefully he's all right. Might not have been worth the highlight he created as he goes down and comes awkwardly onto the side of his head. He's still down. Hopefully he's all right. Took quite the spill deep in the area. His legs taken out from under him as he comes down hard on his side. Looks as though he's all right. Good sign to see him up talking with medical staff. Mohammed Hassan seems satisfied as well, as we do have a keeper warming up. Looks like number 1, Pablo Jara from Santiago, Chile. Storied career with South Georgia Tormenta. We're back underway. Kickers pushed back to the central area. WSC left off. Bowman to the New York side. Kamar back to him. Lawrence. Now the handoff. Pushed forward. Brushed inside. Juan Carlos to the back door. Right corner of the 18 for Westchester. There's a laser strike with too much on it. In the 58, that sails on Sadie Prince and Westchester. Look at this shot. Authority on the back end of that ball. Just sails on Sadie. Near the corner. Richmond tries to finesse it through. Westchester, Sadie, he's got it just wide of the stick. Great feed, great strike. Can't pull it all together. Another look. Look at the delivery to Sadie. Oh my goodness. Snedden, an unreal save. 59th minute arrives as our referee stops us and wants a word. Juan Carlos receives a talking to. So the corner for Westchester SC. The New York side late in the 59th. Ball rolled off of the spot, they'll reset. Delivers long bend, this one out front, headed away, couldn't be controlled on a second take by the Kickers of Richmond. Regathered Westchester way out front. Airs it out for the area, this one nearly gathered. Touched it to himself. Juan Carlos fires, and this one off the top of the crossbar, looking to bend it back towards the sticks, and the whistle as they collide on the edge of the 6. Juan Carlos Obregon Jr., another look, steps through traffic, fires. My goodness, an absolute blast. Some luck for the kickers of Richmond, who watched that one bang off the top of the crossbar, as we've nearly played 1 hour of regulation between these two sides. Goal kick for Sned and Richmond. He's directing traffic and will now bend this. Long strike of the ball. Momentary confusion for these two sides. Richmond's got it rolling. Kickers down out front of the penalty arc, pushed away by WSC. Bent over the top, aerial moment, and the New York side clears this to midfield. Volleyed back. Throw up a net, will play a game of volleyball between these two sides. Regathered on the back of the circle. Deadlocked a pair apiece in our 61st minute. Kickers try the long strike for the wing. Gathered, biding his time for the end line. Richmond tries this backside of the 6, just it to himself and blockered away by Hammersley. Highlight reel save. Westchester into midfield. These two go down on the collision. WSC stays with it. Left off, roped to the back of the circle and now to the touchline. Brushed across to Drack, who's working with it. He'll stop on top of the ball. Went forward to Juan Carlos. Obregon gets it back. It's dug off of his boots and out. Take another look at the save by Hammersley. Unreal. He does a great job of coming out to the edge of the 6 and greeting that. And Andrew keeps this one deadlocked, the pair apiece, as our 62nd becomes our 63rd minute of action. Richmond to Snedden. Looking to direct this downfield. Push through to the central area as he goes down hard and a yellow card shown. Slow to rise, hopefully he's all right. It's James Vaughn. Another look at what happened. Sliding in, caught him from the side, and immediately shown the yellow. It's Bolaños.
Your attention, please. A caution has been issued by the referee to Westchester, number 17, Jonathan Bolaños. The caution was issued in the
64th minute arrives in a deadlock match, a pair apiece. Down through for Richmond. Kickers, left side of the area, deep into the 18-yard box, and from the end line, he is going to be forced off. A little bit of physicality on the end. Jean-Baptiste throwing both hands out to say, hey, we're good. And Barnathan has some extra words. They'll pull the kicker's man away. Here's another look at those two face to face. I feel like I'm watching a weigh-in. Mohammed Hassan is trying to talk to Seufert and talk some sense into him. Obviously very unhappy. Jean-Baptiste comes across, and Hassan is going to officiate. 65th minute, deadlocked a pair apiece. Seufert and Jean-Baptiste. Quick words, looks like we'll play on. Hammersley to get us going again, the keeper. Headed once, ball loose. Richmond rejects this. Aerial play, looking for help down inside in the form of Joshua Kirkland. Across, Espinal onto the ball, defended by Payne. Back out front, left off, down towards the end line of the corner, and too much. Intended target Beckett Howell. Just led him a little too far. When trailing at the half, Richmond is 0-3-0. Yet to win. They were down 2-1 at our halftime break. Whiteboard time clearly paid off. Came out and scored right away. Bulldog his first of the season. Richmond pushes this through. Man goes down in the area. Jean-Baptiste and Kirkland playing some chess. Hammersley gets the start of Lawrence. Delivers this on an aerial play. Headed back, Prince Sadie. Nice delivery down inside. Back across, Westchester into the area. Floated over the top on the 6, and this is headed off intentionally. Great play. Saw the danger growing, and Bolaños delivers that over the top. He was hoping for Juan Carlos, and instead it's intentionally headed off by the kickers of Richmond. Set piece coming for Westchester. Signals, delivers out front of the 6, still loose, directed away by Richmond. It'll have to be regathered by Payne. Steven tries this, down to the spot, deflected away, WSC just beyond the penalty arc. Bolaños onside, fires and rattled away by Richmond. Regathered, Juan Carlos out front of the area, floated back side, no one there. End line goal kick. And Snedden can't wait to get that out of there on our 68th minute. Goodbye ball. Returned by Hammersley. Playing a game of catch in New York as the slide tackle too much. Yellow card out of the pocket of our referee. And he'll show it. Another look. Slid through the legs of Dakota Barnathan, the center back, originally from New York. Played collegiately for VCU.
Your attention, please.
Daniel Bowman, the Australian, is the one who went through his legs.
Westchester, number 8, Daniel Bowman.
And he suffers the yellow.
In the 68th minute.
69th minute arrives. Deadlocked, a pair of goals apiece between these two sides in USL 1 action.
Your attention, please. Substitutions for Westchester in the 69th minute.
Bolaños is coming off. We're going to see Samory Powder. Joel Johnson is also going to enter the match.
They replace number 17, Jonathan Bolaños, and number 3,
Bolaños
Sadie
is off. We're also going to see Sadie come off as well. '70th minute. Ball goes down the touchline and off. Prince Sadie is the one that got us started today in that first goal. A strike fit for a king. Absolutely buried it. Juan Carlos followed that up. Then Darwin Espinal brought us within a goal. And to open this second half, Bulldogs scored his first of the season. That deadlocked us a pair apiece. And that's where we've been for quite some time. 70th minute is winding. Oh, look at that move by Westchester. Pushed through by Samory Powder, who just came in. He's from Edison, New Jersey. He was the League Two Player of the Year in 2022, a key member of the Trinidad and Tobago national team during his career. Got it all started with the New York Red Bulls Academy back in 2016. Kickers just beyond the wing. They'll push to the end of the line, and this floats off. I like what Richmond is trying to do there, just can't find a way to connect. Westchester hasn't generated an opportunity in quite some time. They would be happy with the result, certainly. If you could snatch a couple of points, push yourself, propel yourself up the table, you'd be happy with it. From midfield, return by the Kickers. Stephen Payne. Payne delivers. He'll try again. Halfway through our 72nd minute. Westchester, nice couple of passes. Drack floated over the top. This is off. Roped up and delivered by Fitch. On the back. Snedden across through the area. Kicker's man goes down. Beckett Howell. Guzin caught his boots. Almost a nasty spin move. Look at that. Just about pulled it out of the back pocket. I love it. Howell will throw in for the Kickers of Richmond. Right in front of Coach Cart. Long delivery, this is off. Threw and played into the air. Dribbling Richmond. Driving down the side of the pitch, floated into the area, fighting for it. Espinal out front to the spot, and Drack was waiting. Headed back down towards the penalty arc, just beyond the area. Kickers turn upfield. Stoppy fires right, stick and glove. Hammersley, nice save, falling onto the ball and containing it. Joshua Kirkland nearly capped off a beautiful attack by the Kickers. Darwin Espinal fights his way through, sent it out front of the 6. Drack wants to clear it. It goes back down just inside of the penalty arc. Bulldog says, here you go, Josh, and Kirkland just unable to sneak that by Hammersley in the stick. Westchester on a run. Bent across into the wing in our 74th as we're about to leak into the 75th. Deadlocked, a pair of goals apiece. Out front, headed away initially. JC tries to fire, and this one will rattle its way across the back end of the pitch and off.
I'll show the one on the left, you show the one on the right.
That's Drack. Shaken up. Real awkwardness. looked like his ankle might have gotten twisted a little bit trying to stay with the ball. This Bulldog came over to try and help him onto his boots. Drac is still down and stretching. Coach Carton standing by. We have played 1 1/4 hours between these two sides, deadlocked, a pair of goals apiece into our final quarter of an hour of regulation. Sawatsky. Words of wisdom for his side.
As it is over here, that flag is down.
Hopefully they're able to get Drac back onto his boots and back underway. Never want to see a guy shaken up. Looked like such an innocuous play. He came just a little on top of the boot. Another look, Kirkland. That was that scoring opportunity that Hammersley fell on top of, and it looked like Joshua was going to bury it. Kamar Lawrence limping a little bit as well. That's Drac. Getting stretched and shaken out. You can see Kamar is nursing his right foot. Joshua's up onto his legs. Looks to be good to go. Lawrence gets a little half escort from Muhammad Hassan as he makes his way down across the field. And it looks as though we'll get a change for Westchester.
Substitution for Westchester.
So off is going to be Lawrence Bobby Pierre into the match. He's from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Former Real Monarchs defender. Played 2 seasons with Strasbourg in France before returning to MLSNP in 2022. Represented Haiti at the U17 level in CONCACAF and FIFA tournaments. 78th minute is halfway over between Richmond and Westchester. Deadlocked, a pair of goals apiece as the kickers will put us back underway. Rolled through the backside, Richmond will try and air this out. There's Drac in pursuit. Back and going strong. WSC tried to knife that around a would-be defender. Playing some keep away. Through traffic all the way to Hammersley from the spot. Too much. Across the backside. Long bend, struck down into the area. Kickers tried to dribble it to himself and sent off by Bobby. '79th minute, halfway over. Hammersley. A goal kick. Andrew delivers. Left off, this rattles around outside of the circle before we're blown dead. WSC pushed across towards the wing. From the touchline, this is sent aerial. Westchester has to regather and reset. through towards the final third for WSC. Payne leaves it off the New York side, nearly blows a tire. Richmond, they've got it. Head of steam and a lot of room for Mr. Kirkland. He's got help on the backside. Chipped across and he misfires. Drack loses this, taken back by Matthew Bulldog, and it rolls off as the Kickers squander a prime opportunity, and we've got a player down. Another look at what happened between these two. Just awkwardly had to go down and take a seat. Something not quite right for Guzin. We're stretching him out. Juan Carlos stands by. 81st minute. Carton, born in Wexford, Ireland. Inaugural WSC boss, appointed in December of last year. 8 seasons shaping Charlotte Independence Academy and first team. Here's another look at that squandered opportunity. Look at the run through. Kirkland tried to leave it off, and Bulldog just missed. 2 misses, 2 miscommunications. Coach can't be happy about that. Sawatsky, US born, 6th season with Richmond. Started with the Sounders Academy and known for his high energy pressing and wide attacking systems. Soon to be known for his development of players. I'm so impressed with how well Richmond and Sawatsky have developed this roster and the 11 teenagers they entered the year with on the roster. 4th official standing by with our next change. That's Stephanie McFarland who makes the signal.
Your
look
attention,
at Herman
please.
Makic.
Substitution for Westchester in the 82nd
He's from
minute.
Yonkers, New York.
Entering the match, number 18, Herman
Comes on for Guzin. Westchester pushes this across the circle. Richmond runs onto it. Kickers. Finessed. Through traffic. WSC left off on the edge of the wing. Out front, Westchester. Rotating and trying to find some space. On top of it is Johnson. He'll push it across. McGlynn back to Johnson. Away from Richmond. Pierre down to the touchline and across. Finessed by Drack. Got it right back. Pinball through and rejected. Out to the midfield circle, Westchester in our 84th minute. WSC from just beyond the area, and it's too easy to glove this for Sneddon. Late stages between these two sides. So far, playing to a draw. Deadlocked a pair apiece. Richmond through traffic taken by WSC initially as Kirkland can't get to it in time. Bulldog throws in. Fitch will push it backwards through midfield. Trying the far side. Stepped around a defender, long feed to the area. WSC reversing fields. 2 great step arounds. Kickers over the top on the delivery. Locked up and chipped to Hammersley. 85th minute winding, 2 goals apiece in USL action between the Richmond Kickers and Westchester SC. Juan Carlos is down. Barnathan is down. Another look. JC back onto his boots, looks to be all right. Obregon, Mr. Highlight Reel, and the captain. Great turnout in New York for Westchester SC, looking to finish with a result. Deadlocked 2 apiece in our 86th minute. Floated over the top into the wing. Rejected by Westchester. Powder around a would-be thief. Through midfield, teed up. Westchester has this stolen. Kickers finessed across. Tried the long outlet pass for Kirkland. Johnson watched that go. Stolen in traffic, and he goes down hard. Barnathan, a yellow shown in his defense immediately. This is the contact. Looked like he might have been shaken up. Jean-Baptiste unintentionally folding over him. And Barnathan took a shot up high in.
A caution has been issued by the referee
on the ground.
Westchester. Number 5, Joel Johnson.
It's Johnson.
Caution issued in the 87th minute.
Late in our 87th minute, deadlocked, a pair of goals apiece. Westchester. These guys look worn out. Both sides playing hard in New York. Memorial Day weekend, the stadium at Memorial Field. Kicker's man is slow to rise. Let's take a look at how we got to this 2-2 deadlock. A bunch of great scoring. It all started with Prince. A strike, fit for a king. Look at Sadie, cut to the inside, long delivery into the twine. Beautiful. That got us started. It was 1-0 Westchester, and they padded it quickly. They wanted to make sure they were going to run away with this thing, right? Great delivery down inside. It's Juan Carlos. He goes to the same spot. He likes it. Westchester calling that one home on their home turf, but Richmond not going to let it go without a fight. Great strike out front. It looked like it was cleared away initially and cleaned up by Darwin Espinal. Perfect delivery just inside of the left stick. Made it a 1-goal match. And to start our second half, it was a quick one. Espinal delivered long down towards the end line. Howell floated it through the 6-yard box to the right side, and Bulldog scored his first of the season to deadlock us, a pair of goals apiece. 2-2 as we are late in our 89th. Cleaned up, and what a spot for the kickers. Can they capitalize on this prime scoring opportunity in our 90th minute between these two sides? Soyford floats this towards the spot, cleared away by Westchester. Richmond kickers will have to regather and reset. Down the touchline, he's bowled over, and here comes Westchester. Juan Carlos, Obregon to the touchline, lost initially, center field. Regathering, WSC works it backwards twice. Westchester looks down the touchline. This rattles onto the toes of his boots. Left off, side of the pitch, right in front of their own bench. Westchester Soccer Club works it to center field. They're going to take their time and would be happy to walk away with a result. We'll certainly see quite a bit of stoppage time on this. The question is just how much. We've nearly played 1.5 hours, full time in regulation between these two sides. Standing on top of the ball and working with it, Westchester. Back across, nearly finessed off of the field. Pierre walks his way down the side of the pitch, sent inside, just avoiding the intercept by the kickers. We're going to play 10 minutes of stoppage time. This one wide left for Westchester. 10 minutes is wild. A bucket of stoppage time on the field. 30 seconds of that gone already in our 91st as Snedden will tee us up. Another look at that one just wide left. Some real weirdness there. I feel like the kickers thought there was a break in play or something. They all seemed to stop and relax. Snedden wasn't moving or shuffling after the ball. Maybe his vision was just blocked, but either way, just wide. This is floated down to the center of the field. Rattles around once, then twice. Over the stripe. Chipped around the defender. WSC on the move. They've got a head of steam. Look at the move. Pump the brakes. Juan Carlos leaves it off. Backwards they go. Trying to tee up some help. Johnson out front, left side of the penalty arc. JC fighting through traffic. Got around 3 defenders before it's finally stripped away by the kickers of Richmond. Back across, it's Track. Joshua out front. Rolled through the front of the area. Bent down inside of the penalty arc. Westchester. The heat is through the roof in New York. Left into the wing. WSC tries to the bend and cleared away by the kickers of Richmond. Gorgeous intercept. Throw incoming. Looks like a handball. That's Darwin Espinal. Caught that on the side. Stephen Payne tried to deliver that. Midway through our 93rd, 2.5 of our 10 of stoppage time played. Stephen Payne delivered the pain. Set piece opportunity. Schreiber having a laugh. Johnson, a quick word, bent inside, headed away, loose across the top of the penalty arc, spiked into the air by Richmond. WSC into the area, top shelf. This one goes over just above the crossbar. A sigh of relief for the kickers. Great opportunity for Westchester. Powder fires that, lets it go. It's a bit high.
Entering the match, number 11, Rivandi Melvin Pierre-Louis. He replaces number 9, Josh Kirkland.
Rivandi Pierre-Louis, the midfielder from Haiti. Finished last season with FC Motown and trained with the kickers as a trialist before signing this season. He's come on. Ball comes right to him. Richmond can't stay with it. Slide tackle, blown dead immediately. This will go the way of Westchester as a card is shown to Richmond's man. Clyde, center back, catches a yellow 4 minutes into our 10 of stoppage time.
A caution has been issued by the referee to Richmond, number 16, Clyde Cho. The card is issued in added time of our second
Ball will be
half.
bent from just beyond center field. Johnson. Long feed. Knocked away. Now roped with a boot. What a kick across to Powder. Steps inside. Defended immediately. Drac back to him. Samry fights his way down towards the end line, and Drac will have this one guarded. Very well done by the kickers of Richmond, who draw a goal kick. Halfway through our stoppage time. Sawatsky delivering orders. Snedden will deliver the kick. Goal kick for the kickers of Richmond. He's taking his time. Trying to do a little clock management. Momentary discrepancy, they sort it. Late in the 96th. Blasted towards the kicker's bench. This is rejected. Sent off unintentionally by Westchester. A pair of goals apiece in our 97th minute. Clyde going to return. A little bit of bleeding. Hopefully he's all right. Clyde Cella, something happened to the Canadian's face. Trying to get cleaned up before he comes back on. 97th rolling very quickly. Here he is. Clyde back into the match. Pair apiece, cross, Pierre. Forward to Juan Carlos. Obregon on the front of center field. Nice delivery. Bobbled its way over to Pierre, just beyond the wing. Powder left it off, Pierre again, inside, Drac. Back to Samery and rolled to midfield. Jean-Baptiste. Johnson to the keeper. Hammersley floated that. 7.5 of our 10 of stoppage time played. Thrown in. Sent aerial. Drac tries to control across the top of the penalty arc, maybe having to play some keep away. Kicker struck with authority. This will be thrown in. Samery sends this one bobbling its way down the turf. Powder back to midfield. Johnson. Across to Bobby Pierre. Long bend down inside and helmeted away. Great kick, and now the call. Tried to keep it going for Richmond. Yellow shown. In the 99th minute, there's a look. Got run down, left alone on the turf. Smashing the brakes, Beckett Howell.
Your attention, please.
Down the touchline, battling two defenders. Kickers out front of the penalty arc. This is cleared away by Brack. Headed towards the wing again, and this sent down in front of the bench of Sawatsky and his kickers. 100th minute of action has arrived. The yellow card shown to Makic moments ago, the midfielder. Westchester Soccer Club. Late in stoppage time, floated over the top, gathered it up, Juan Carlos. Dribbling, taking his time, rolled across, drag. Looking for somewhere to go. Time running short. Pierre across, long delivery, Jean-Baptiste. Westchester floated down and covered by Sneddon. The 100th minute winds into the 101st between Richmond and Westchester. Juan Carlos, a force today to be handled by Richmond. Drop kick struck through the center of the pitch. Pinballs all the way through to Hammersley. And so the result for these two sides, a pair of goals apiece. They play to a second result in a row. Last time they met, 4-4 our final tally. That one came on April 19th. Really good matchup between these two sides, and they play to another. And clearly this matchup just so much fun. Nothing to feel bad about for Carton or Sawatsky, as these two can happily take the result and move on with their placement on the table in USL action. A couple of really great scores today and so many good things to take away from this. A couple of negatives for both sides, but a lot of positives in this one. We see the stars shine brightly. We see systems working and formations bending the way they're supposed to. Everything worked well for both of these sides. Just nobody able to walk away with a result in this one. Both will feel good about it and walk away with good things in the film room. 2-2, the draw. Westchester Richmond Kickers playing to an effective match today from the stadium at Memorial Field. Really exciting stuff in USL One action. More coming in the breakdown on ESPN when we return from New York.
You expect Manhattan-level care, and you live in Westchester. With Northwell, you'll find it all right here through this store in Terrytown, and this one in Katona, at Phelps Hospital and Northern Westchester Hospital. It's where you'll find a vast network of world-class doctors delivering everything from primary care to the most complex neurosurgery and cancer treatments. And it's all part of New York's most awarded health system, with every door leading to extraordinary care right here in Westchester. Northwell. Raise health.
Being healthy means you can do what makes you happy. With the people who make you smile. Health First insurance plans connect you to care you can trust. For a happy family. And a healthy future. With Health First, it's all within your reach.
What makes Westchester different is what makes us strong.
Different towns, different dreams, different journeys.
It's the businesses that fuel our neighborhoods, the families that shape our future. It's the balance of city hustle
and scenic river towns.
It's hard work,
ambition, resilience, the drive to compete, and the will to win.
No matter where we come from,
here we are connected by something greater. Like the waters of the Hudson, we move with strength and purpose.
When we play together,
we are unstoppable. Our United by Blue jersey is more than just a uniform. It's a symbol.
The deep blue represents the rivers that shape our home, while the repeating Infinity W pattern speaks to our relentless pursuit of progress.
Gold accents remind us of the excellence we strive for,
on and off the field. Inside every jersey, the words,
"We are Westchester,"
serve as a reminder whether you wear it on the pitch
or in the stands.
You are a part of something bigger.
When we stand together, we are Westchester.
A draw, an excellent result, 2-2 at full time between Westchester SC and the Richmond Kickers. What an electric day between these two. You can see Carton walking off with his guys They can feel good about that result. Let's take a look at all of the highlights from this matchup. Oh, baby. Another fun one. We get back-to-back draws between these two sides. It all started with a king, Prince, who walked this one down. Look at this shot. Woof! Into the twine, unstoppable, an absolute blast into the back. And they liked that right stick because they found it again right here in the 29th minute. Look at this takeaway, gets a hold of it, dribbling, floats it down and collected by Juan Carlos, Mr. Spotlight, and he finds twine. 2-0. Westchester was running away with it, but hey, 3 minutes later, Richmond says, not so fast, pal. Hold the bag. Here they come. Set out in front, nearly cleared by Westchester. Espinal finds twine. That made it a one-goal match, and it remained that way all the way through whiteboard time. We start the second half, and Richmond said, we're going to deadlock this and keep it there. Kickers take it away. It's Espinal again. Long feed down to the end line. Beckett Howell out front. Bulldog, the veteran, the wily one, buries it. It's his first of the year, and that's how we found our full-time stats on this Memorial Day weekend matchup. 2-2, the draw in your final between Westchester and Richmond. The shots, they're about even. In fact, look at how even these stats are. The real big separation was possession. Shots on target went to Richmond. Shots went to Richmond, but possession, it was all Westchester. They were on top of the ball for so long. That's it, 2-2 the draw. An excellent matchup between Westchester and the Richmond Kickers. Sawatsky, Westchester play to an exciting finish. All games and events airing on our networks are broadcast live in our copyright material. Presentation, USL League One, an ESPN production, USL Soccer. A draw, 2-2 between Westchester and Richmond. 2 more matches today in USL action. We hope you'll join them for us, and see you soon on ESPN with more USL Soccer.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.